April 13th inspection in Spring, Texas. And we're going to go ahead and go over everything that the inspectors found. Let's do it.
All right, so I just want to start off with one of your questions about moisture issues, especially on this end. Your shutoff for the ice maker, it is leaking. See, my hands are wet.
Right.
So that's what's causing all this damage here. That's what's causing the moisture damage in the toilet room. And then this is all wet, and then if we step outside, you're gonna see there's actually moisture.
So wait, it's coming all from this one valve.
It's a slow little drip, and that's what's causing that. So.
And it's causing the whole wall to be wet and everything else.
It's a steady drip, and that's what's causing that. So I'm sure if you stare there long enough, you'll see it drip probably 2-3 times.
And that's causing all this to happen down there?
Because this is all saturated. So if it's been going for a while, then that's what's gonna cause that. And you can see the moisture all out here. You see the water right there?
Oh, yes.
So, and that's from that.
Okay, the water is right there by the door to the left, the rear egress door. Got it.
So, and that's for sure one moisture issue.
Okay, and that's causing the issue in the bathroom too?
There's on the other side where the toilet room's at, there's a moisture.
Another leak.
So,
That valve is leaking too.
we'll go over there, I'll show you.
Okay, great. Now, would you say that all these cabinets probably need to be replaced?
I mean, yeah, it's particle board. So
it's particle board. And let me ask you, when it gets wet like that, does it give off, like once it gets wet, does it break down the chemicals and puts chemicals in the air? That's unknown.
For like off gassing, I don't think so. It just just starts falling apart.
Right, gotcha. It's just bad for it.
There's a water
and you see it went all the way over here too, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as if it's a little bit wet, so there has.
And you got that all in the. Okay.
There was a watermark here, so there was some previous damage here, but
now that's dry, right? That's
this
not
one's
active.
dry, and the same thing as this one too. This one's dry as well.
Okay, that one's dry as well, right there. Okay, good to know.
So we can go to the master and go over some stuff over there.
So that's one of the more significant problems.
Yeah, so probably the bigger things that you're seeing with moisture issues, there's gonna be another one in the front I want to show you, but we'll answer this question first. So you have a watermark here. This one's not active.
Okay, this is the master bath, so that's not active right there, right?
And then you have another one here. This one's not active.
Oh,
But
I didn't even see that one.
This wall
in the
is
master commode area. You do have a.
This wall is wet, and it's because your refrigerator ice maker connections are on the other side.
Okay.
So this whole area is going to be wet because of it.
Is that leaking?
No, this area isn't leaking. It's just.
Oh, just right there. Okay, so it's all from there.
So
good to know.
Definitely. If the drywall is really saturated, then it's probably a bit.
Now let me ask you: do you think that this home was probably affected by the freeze in February?
It's hard to say.
Did you see all the lines in the ceiling?
I mean, as far as when I was in the attic space, all the piping looks original to the home.
Okay, so it didn't look like.
Yeah, I don't think so, but definitely, I mean, what you got going on here, definitely want to get that repaired, especially maybe even the sheetrock, considering just replacing what's wet. So.
Okay, and you did see where they stepped through. I think that was from somebody stepping through right there.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
So you have it there. There's some tape joints right there that's lifted. And speaking of stepping through, your water heater is pretty much right here. And it looks like they stepped through the register that was right there. So if you go up in the attic space, you can actually pretty much lift up that duct, and that little box that connects to is completely flattened out.
Oh, this box here. So it's broken.
Yep. So it's gonna have to get redone. So
Okay.
yeah. So as of right now, this return is pretty much sucking in air from the attic space because it's damaged.
It's damaged. Okay. Good to know.
So,
and you'll have all that in the report.
And then before we move on to the front, your AC, it was cooling properly. It's newer, 2019. But your ducts, you got lots of them that the temperatures throughout the home vary greatly. So what I mean by that, for example.
You need to have good duct adjustment.
Yeah, because the air coming out, and this duct right here is 60 degrees, but this one's coming out 70.
Oh,
so,
that's a big difference.
Exactly. And then the same thing throughout the house, you'll see those differences.
And then a lot of those ducts are touching each other too.
So as far as HVAC.
They're not hung right.
So as far as HVAC, I mean, even though the AC is cooling properly, like because of the damaged ductwork, and then the heater too, I did get a smell of gas around the actual unit. So that's too something.
Did you have a meter that went off? Or?
I mean, it's just my nose. I don't have any electric
Okay,
meter for that,
that's
but,
But you will mark that, right? Okay.
And that's why I'll definitely recommend that HVAC guy. He can double check that.
Okay. For the gas furnace, it was smelling
That's
like
not
gas.
And it's pretty much where that pipe goes right into the.
Okay, the valve or whatever, the valve or the piping. Got you.
So next big issue is, well, another moisture issue is this room. I'm sure you saw all of what's going on here. So there is moisture here. That doesn't want to ping anymore. I guess it's from the shower. I was getting a lot of moisture in these walls, but it's probably when I was running the shower.
You think maybe it's up further? Like, what is that damage right there? Is that water?
I mean, this right here is growth, but I'm wondering, because when you run the shower, I got a lot of moisture picking up there, and I'm wondering if that's what's causing it, just excess humidity in this room that's causing that. Because that fan works, but it's probably not driving it out. Because when I was above, I didn't see, I was trying to pinpoint what it could be. Maybe AC, but the AC is newer and it's not leaking. So I guess, because now it's completely dry. Earlier I was pinging wet, but I'm assuming, I guess, because it was because of the shower was running, it was really hot. So.
Do you think maybe it's further up if you touch it further up? Please don't fall.
No, it's dry. And
It's
I was
dry.
when I was here earlier, it was pinging all wet.
While you had the shower going. Well, you know what? Maybe
now we're
it's
getting something. And then I had it here and then behind this door. You can just check behind this door. You'll see the same thing.
Is it still?
Nope. It was pinging wet all
Do you think maybe while you had the shower going, the heat was?
that moisture, that humid air.
Yeah. The heat.
So that's the only thing I can think of because I mean I wasn't getting any moisture on the ceiling or anything like that.
Okay.
The thermal didn't show anything here, so
And so maybe this is not sucking the air out like
yeah. So
it does look like. Well, that rust comes from it just blowing hard, right?
yeah, especially in these bathrooms. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely something just to consider as far as the painting or maybe putting a better fan or something
Right.
in there. So and then they do.
Would you say that you got bleached that down with bleach before you, or would it need to be cut out?
No, I think you can probably put something down to clean it up, and then maybe some kills or something.
Like some. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and then you just repaint over it.
Kills actually kills the bacteria, right? A little
No,
bit.
it just covers stains, and I'm pretty sure if you were to just paint over that, it would show up. And
You don't think that would eat through the new paint?
I don't think so, because
Okay.
it's not showing that it's wet. So kills is more as just a primer to kind of cover things up. So and then I saw the moisture damage here. Nothing's active here. This was probably either if they ran the shower and got a little crazy, or there was a leak at some point underneath the sink.
Right, but it's not leaking now.
So, but yeah, as far as anything active here, I didn't get anything active here.
Okay,
So.
right.
The other area I do want to show you that does have active moisture, and for me it is a bit of a concern. So there's two parts to it, and it looks like it's related to the roof on the valley that's right here. So you see all this?
Right, yeah, we looked at that too the other day.
So the
My
wood,
friend brought that up.
the wood behind it is soft. I stuck my
Right.
screwdriver up here, so whatever header is running across right here, it definitely does have
Do you
moisture
think it has
damage.
something to do with the gutters?
I think it's the way they flash this valley. It could be gutters running water back through here, but for sure that valley up there, you can tell they've gone up there and tried to repair it, put some caulking or whatever down.
Right.
But I'm sure you're getting some moisture getting up, driven through there. And
Okay.
then when I was in the attic space, you could see moisture damage to some of the framing members.
Okay.
And now going to the
And you took a picture of that, right?
going to
Just
the
make
other
sure
side.
when you write it up, say it's the front of the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the front valley, and then this is the exact same area but on the inside. So you can see where it's all been moisture damaged.
Right.
And you follow it all the way up.
So do you think that whole wood member is damaged from water?
If you were to pull back that, I'm sure you'd see lots of moisture damage there.
Okay.
Because
How about termites?
termites? I'm going to show you something on the
Okay.
back.
Okay.
And like I said, you do get some active parts. You can see here.
Oh yeah, it's moisture.
So you definitely got some
And you
moisture
took a
still
picture of
holding.
that with the okay.
So you definitely still got some moisture issue holding there. So definitely still a continuous issue with that. So that's definitely
Okay,
something.
good to know. See,
We'll look
that's
into.
why we do inspections.
So, but yeah, as you can see, I would definitely recommend tearing the sheetrock up and just double checking to make sure your studs are
And and need be replace the studs.
if they're damaged. Now, as far as termites, I didn't see anything. You got pretty good foundation, but I did see signs of previous infestation because I saw previous tunnels. And I'll show you where they're at.
Okay.
But I didn't see any.
Did this home have foundation work done on it before?
No, but one thing I did see is when we did the zip over, that front right bedroom is about an inch higher compared to the rest of the home. So But that being said, I'm not seeing really any major settlement cracks. You will see maybe one or two, a small foundation crack, but it's really minor in nature. And then as far as inside, I mean, I'm not really seeing any large tape joint cracks or anything.
And the good thing is it doesn't have trees around it.
So what I'm thinking is probably poured that way. So as far as foundation, you're probably okay. I'm pretty sure it was just poured that way. So.
Good to know. Good to know.
Because there's no trees over there, there's no plumbing that runs over there.
And sometimes, some things are just wired that way.
Yep.
And then you go in there and fix it, you just make it worse.
Exactly.
So overall, the foundation is performing.
It's doing its job, so
it's doing
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay.
But this is where I kind of saw that previous evidence of termites. So this right here, and then I had the little tunnel thing right here. Where's that mud tube? Right here. So this is what I pulled off of this. So that's definitely a previous termite tunnel. You can see where they would run through.
Right.
And it ran through here, and they ran up through here. So that. But I dug back, all I see is fire ants, that's all I'm seeing.
Right.
So they had a previous issue at some point, but I don't know if they did a treatment, if they just had a friend come do something.
But there's no active termites.
I didn't see anything active, but it's definitely worth asking if they had anything done in the past.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, and then exterior, I mean, just a lot of caulking and sealing maintenance. But roof, like I said, bigger concern is that what's going on in that front valley.
Okay, the front valley on the roof, okay.
And then as far as what's going on through here, I mean, the water heater flue, that rain collar isn't installed properly. You got caulking and sealing that's get done up there. Some of the sealant around those plumbing vents is worn out. So you will see I do recommend a roof.
Okay, okay. But the roof overall is functioning.
Roof overall is fine, just definitely that front valley is
it needs to be looked at and get addressed.
So, but
so mainly the main things is the leak that's going on
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, then the leak over there by the valley that's causing
that moisture
in the garage going all the way down. Yeah. And then because that could be conducive for termites too, right?
Yeah, wood rot, they love that. So.
Yeah, it gives that smell.
And then as far as inside, you would probably be your ductwork.
And ductwork, okay, great. Okay.
But I mean, you're going to see little knickknacks like some moisture damage back here to the door frame. Some of the hardware is loose. Windows, you got some lift spring pops, stuff like that. I'll itemize the windows.
Okay.
But you'll see a long list of other type stuff, little small things here and there. But the moisture issues regarding the roof, the leak here, and the ductwork will probably be your biggest things.
Okay, good deal.
Electrically, I really didn't have any issues. Older smoke detectors. That's kind of the biggest thing.
Okay, good to know. And the plumbing, besides those items?
Plumbing looks good.
Hot water heater?
The water heater is newer. It's 2017.
Okay.
But what you will see I make a note about is the type of flue that they use is not the proper install.
Okay, yeah, you did say that, the roof jack or whatever.
That, and then right at the top of the roof, they use a really big flue, and then they went smaller. You can't do that.
Okay.
So, stuff like that you'll see.
And make sure to write that in.
So
from big to small.
All of that you'll see in the inspection report.
Okay, great. So pretty much, does that conclude everything?
Want to mention the garage door opening?
Oh yeah, just it needs to get tightened up. The bracket for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, for. So right where it connects to the wall, you see where it has it's supposed to have the 3 holes that go for it at the bottom.
Right.
The screws have come out at some point, so that's why it's all loose like that. So that bolt needs to get tightened out.
Okay.
So
thank you. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks for reminding me.
Okay. So that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Okay, well that pretty much concludes the spring inspection for today on April 14th or 13th. April 13th. So over and out.